The two top Communist Party officials from the Xinjiang region say security there has improved in the past year, and passport restrictions have been lifted. Those officials were answering questions from the press at the two sessions in Beijing. CCTV's Han Peng reports from the Great Hall of the People.
Xinjiang was rocked by terrorist attacks in 2013 and 14, but there have been few reports of violence in the last year. That did not stop reporters from raising questions about region's security when the Xinjiang delegation met the press at the National People's Congress. Xinjiang's party chief Zhang Chunxian had a positive message.
The
security in Xinjiang is improving. With the number of terrorist attacks dropping by a large margin, the region is becoming more capable of preventing and handling terrorist threats, despite the increasingly complicated international situation.
This time last year, Zhang confirmed for the first time that the influence of Islamic State had reached Xinjiang. He said some residents had illegally crossed the border, received jihadist training in Syria, and returned to Xinjiang with plans for more bloody atrocities. Officials say there were also cases of residents joining overseas terrorist organizations in Pakistan and Afghanistan. In response to the threat of terrorism, Xinjiang imposed passport restrictions in 2006, making it more difficult for the region's residents to apply for a passport and go abroad. Xinjiang's deputy party chief announced on Tuesday that all those restrictions have now been lifted and applicants are being treated equally under the law.
We admit that the new rules are likely to be taken advantage of by a few criminals, terrorists, and extremists. But we should not let our response to one issue damage the overall situation. Now we are confident about the improved regional security and committed to opening up the region and making things convenient for the people.
Officials warned that despite improved security, overseas terrorists have not stopped their attempts to infiltrate Xinjiang and propagate extremist ideologies. Regional authorities have sponsored authoritative Islamic religious leaders like Abdul Khabtum Niaz to interpret Quran for ordinary Muslims.
Many Muslims have now realized the harm of religious extremism and the goals of its propagators. Through our interpretation, we are confident we can solve the problem of extremism on the right basis of religion.
Despite a heavy focus on Xinjiang's security situation in the Q&A session, deputies say that the fight against terrorism does not represent the whole of Xinjiang. They say that the region is a beautiful landscape with friendly people and fast economic growth, and hope that reporters could pay a visit on their own before drawing any conclusion. Han Peng, CCTV, Beijing.